Welcome back to Saints Row the Third. So, of course, we're just starting off here with some assassinations. So, to get on Yes here to appear, you need to go to the location, and you need to do so while completely naked. Right, so, who wants some of this now? I have somebody I need to kill. Could you please come out now? It's very cold tonight. There she is. Alright, so yeah, last time on Saints Row the Third, we attacked one of the Morningstar locations, a gun place named Powder. Okay, why does this woman have guards? Okay, well, I was just going to kick her to death, but... Alright, I guess I have to kill everybody on sight. Not in the mood for this, on Yes. I'm too nude for this. Alright, so what's our second assassination? It is... Oh yeah, this one. This one's a little bit macabre, but we have to go kill a man who's about to commit suicide. So kind of a dark joke here. But it seems like he would have been saved by the cops. Except then I was here. And so now we're just gonna take care of this problem. Oh, I did actually want something equipped, but I guess we're not equipping anything. Sure, whatever. I can punch him to death too. There we go. See, now his wife can collect insurance on his murder. Okay, so now it's time for the vehicle thefts, and goddamn, this one was annoying. So I'm gonna show you a handy little trick. If you have a mission where you don't have to find a specific vehicle, or like a specifically located vehicle, but just one you can find around the city, you are allowed to take it to your garage and upgrade it. Of course, it won't actually be chop-shoppable until you reach the destination. But I figured I should have some protection for this one, because I lost this one a lot. Unfortunately, yeah, the garbage truck is eminently killable. So, yeah, let's just head off to the target location. And in order to maximize the time I have going towards my goal, we're going to back into the target location. So, yeah, we're doing this right. I'm not gonna be killed again. I had to do this, like, God, like 10 times? It was a lot. This is a hard one. So yes, I hit the target location, and I don't know what it was, but it didn't actually aggro anybody. No cops actually got mad at me for starting Chop Shop. So I just did the rest of this in relative peace. And let me tell you, I was so mad that this happened. Like, I put money into making sure that thing wouldn't die, and then I just got chased by nobody. Was it because I upgraded it, or was it because I backed into the area? I don't know. I'll have to do further testing. Anyway, though, unfortunately, this is one where you do have to steal a specific vehicle. This Peter Liner won't appear anywhere, but right exactly here. So you gotta steal this one, therefore you can't upgrade it, and therefore its absolute garbage durability is not going to save you from the 3 notoriety you start with. So yeah, this is another one that I lost, and lost, and lost, and lost. And so my best advice is, you kinda wanna swerve, even though that seems like it would be a bad idea. Like, I kinda figured I would get hit by the helicopter more, but honestly, it is on the left side, so technically that was a better spot to be there. And I think on the bridges, which were definitely the hardest area to traverse without dying, I think swerving there and going against traffic helped, in part because that did slow down the ground pursuers, but I think the helicopter's just as likely to be kind of on your left side as on the right, where you would expect walls to block you most of the time. You see, right here, I would have assumed the right side would be better to block me from the helicopter, but weirdly enough, this actually helped a lot. I don't get it.
I don't know who that is.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
Fuck off, truck. Anyway, though, so, I have not talked about voice actors much in this game, but I feel like this is a good episode to do so while I'm constantly in danger of losing durability for hitting other people's dumbass vehicles. So I assume that all of the Saints, were consistent across games. Pierce is. He's still voiced by Arif S. Kinchin. I've already mentioned the boss, so, you know, the boss is not consistent across games for sure. But the one I assumed correctly for was actually Shandi. In this game, she is voiced by Danielle Nicolette. So yeah, that's actually, a new voice, compared to Saints Row 2, so yeah. Thought it was the same across games, but nope, apparently not. And the other voice I wanted to mention, is Philip Loren, who is voiced by Jacques Hennequet. Hennequet? It's probably Hennequet. I can pronounce Jacques correctly, but I've heard that multiple times, so... You know, that one I'm familiar with. Anyway, though, yeah, that's the voice of Philip. Why am I bringing him up now? Because I'm going to give him a swirly today, obviously. I promised you we were going directly after him this time around, and boy howdy, are we going to! Provided I'm not killed in this stupid truck, we are going to be getting Philip's ass, just you wait. Right, so yeah, this is normally about where I'd be exploding, or at the very least smoking, so... Apparently I did better here than I had before. I didn't feel like I did, but I'm guessing there were just fewer cars catching up to me and, firing at me, since I was in the oncoming lane. The enemies don't really know how to deal with that super well. So, that's gonna help you more than anything else, even if you do wind up hitting other people. It's fine, you hit them from the front, it's not getting shot in the back, it's better. Also, this thing is absolute garbage at turning. You can probably tell, cause boy oh boy, I am hard-pressed to turn there. And if I remember correctly, I did have a take where I was, like, right there. I could see the goal, but since this thing sucks at turning, I exploded anyway. It wasn't fun. I didn't care for it. Alright, so, that's that done, but you know what else I want to do? I want to start buying, locations in downtown. So, this is where Philip Loren's tower is, Henry Steel Mills. And, you know, I figured, if we're going directly after him, why not just buy up the entire neighborhood around the tower? So yeah, I will... excuse me? Pardon me, I'm buying things here. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna take over as much of the Henry Steel Mill as I possibly can. Which of course also means disrupting this gang operation. Which can mostly be done from this corner. And probably more grenades. But yeah, I don't think I can get like 100% of everything at the moment, but I can get most things. So, I'm absolutely going to. I'm gonna make sure Philip is just surrounded by the time I get to him. I want to make sure he can't set a foot outside of this tower. He is going to live incredibly uncomfortable in the time he has left. Which again, I must emphasize, is not long. His ass will be gotten. Hey, good job running over your own guys, idiot. What are you, me? Okay, and that's that gang operation. I'm going to get out of here before I'm killed, and boy, that fall very nearly did me in. Alright, anyway, here's the rest of the stuff. Oh, I'll definitely want to own this. I will need to stock up on ammo as well. So, it's good to have that particular place purchased. Okay. Alright, you're dead. No, I've let enough bad drivers off the hook. You are definitely done and dusted. Good and bye. Right, Right, so, cop who's shooting at me, you don't have to do that. This isn't your business. This is just between me and this guy. So yeah, probably should have, watched for somebody leaving their vehicle, huh? Get out of the right side of the vehicle? Pfft. Fuck you, how about you pay attention? Right, so that cop is particularly adamant about shooting me. Don't know why. Were you friends with that jerk? I mean, if you were, I can kill you too, and I probably will considering, you know, you're shooting at me. Alright, so, that's that for purchases we can make, but... it's time for some heli assault.
What are we doing, Pierce?
I drive around, make it look like I'm doing dirt, and you kill the bitches that show up.
I can do that. Where are you driving to?
Few locations off the Morningstar documents from the lockbox.
So how come you get the fun job? I should be down there.
Fuck that, you're a better shot.
You say that, but how many times are you going to complain about me not immediately killing an enemy the moment they pop into existence? As if my reflexes are that good. Anyway though, I think I mentioned before, heli assault is still in this game, so... if you like helicopters, don't worry. These are still here. So yeah, it's not quite Guardian Angel, just because, we're only doing this one thing. We are the ones controlling the helicopter this time. We've got all the usual helicopter weapons. This works pretty much exactly as it does in Saints Row 2. You just need to take out the enemies as they come, and if any helicopters arrive, make sure you're paying attention to the map, because if there are any squares on the map, you need to kill them immediately. They might not necessarily be at the same level you are, but, you know.
Let's make them think I'm casing the docks up here.
If you do see a square, that is a guarantee that it's a helicopter, and they need to die immediately. Really, the only difference here is just the context.
I don't think this is working too well.
Maybe something more noticeable will work better.
So yeah, the context this time is, instead of it being about Pierce doing deals and you protecting him, he's pretending to do things, and the goal is very explicitly to kill the enemies. But of course, just because the context is different for this mission— oh. Sorry whoever lived there. My bad. But anyway, yeah, even though that's the context for this particular mission, it is still based on stops rather than enemies killed. Though, I don't know. I feel like they could have done an enemies killed version. How hard could it be to program? She asked, knowing full well that sometimes things surprise you. Of course, the big problem here is goddamn Pierce is already half dead. Is that my fault? Did I do that? I hope I didn't. Either way, though, I guess technically I don't really need to be hitting them with missiles all the time. The minigun is actually a little bit faster, as far as I can tell, and I feel like it's a little more accurate, or maybe just easier to hit with in general, I don't know. I don't think I actually use it here, but I have used the minigun before, and I enjoy it a lot more in this game than I did in Saints Row 2. I don't know, maybe there's just more clarity in the way it animates, so I actually know where I'm hitting better. That could be it too. I guess I should actually probably, like, use it to get used to it, and then maybe I'd actually know.
That gas station is important to the Morningstar?
What? Nah, I just wanted some chips.
Alright, well, I guess you are currently a sitting duck, going for chips. So that's a decent plan.
You good now? Sure you don't need a drink?
Shit, not like I'm anything more than bait anyway.
And that was sha-la-la-la-la. How's that for
He does have a good point.
Someone had
Okay, when I
Well,
went
yeah,
to a
he's
literature
bait,
conference
so
in
yeah, why
Sweden,
not get a
this
drink?
song was always playing in the hostel where I stayed.
Look, the man is allowed to have a drink if he wants to. That car is halfway to exploding. Meanwhile, I'm A-okay in this helicopter. I'm going to face no consequences whatsoever for anything. I blew up an apartment room and nobody's going to give a shit. Now that being said, just like in Saints Row 2, my main problem with heli assault is I don't really like the stop space thing, because sometimes it just feels like these missions take forever. This isn't even that long of a mission, it's only 3 stops, but, still just kind of impatient for it.
Works for me.
Well, that only hit the supporting structure, not a specific room. It'll be fine for, like, 5 hours. Then that entire structure is probably gonna come down, but we don't have to worry about that. Anyway, damn, that's a lot of territory owned. Alright, our next goal is... well, you can already see from the minimap, Professor Genki. I'd also like to point out this is a hard version of Genki's whole thing.
The leader of the Saints is back for more.
That's right, Bobby. It's time for another round of Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax.
So far, this contestant has done pretty well, Zach.
Well, this will be the toughest arena so far for the Saints Capo.
More space, more mascots, more traps. It's a beast, all right.
If anyone can get through with both legs still attached, it's this contestant.
Oh, are they already done
Some
talking?
Great action.
More or less, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I actually lost this one on my first go-through due to time up. So yeah, it seems like you have a lot of time, but...
Saints Capo is having no trouble with this arena.
there are things here that will stall you, so if you take too long in the early bits, then you wind up screwing yourself over later. Of course, what I said in the first version of this still holds true. You do still need a certain number of points to win, so you can't just bypass everything. And of course, you do need to keep a lookout for health markers, since you don't just auto-heal. Thankfully though, I feel like this one has way more health drops than the first one I did.
So, Bobby, any truth to the rumor that
Like, I don't know, that one was supposed to be the easy version of the minigame. And certainly there are tougher things here. But the fact that there's more healing just makes me feel like this is a little easier in a way. I felt less close to death, because yeah, that's the second one.
Okay, here we go.
I wasn't set on fire, why did you do that?
That hunter doesn't look happy.
Right, so I'm already at the point where I can just leave, so I do want to make sure I'm careful. Hey, you're not wearing a suit. I do need to make sure I'm careful. But yeah, at this point I'm just rushing, which honestly, I feel like this is the best strategy for this one. Because once they introduce the non-fursuited brute, yeah, he's kind of just all over your case. And I kind of thought I was gonna die here. Thankfully, I just barely made it. So yeah, rushing too much is bad, of course, because there are fire and electric traps, so I certainly walked into a bunch of them, but there is a rampaging brute after me, and, you know, I don't really have the best weapons to deal with it, so... yeah, goddamn. Yeah, at this point I'm just rushing too much, because I don't want to be around the brute. Having to deal with him safely and calmly is what ran me out of time in the first version, the first take of this. Made it out this time because I rushed it at the end, but yeah, I would suggest getting all your points at the start before you have somebody who's just constantly on your case. I think that's just the better idea, personally, but, I don't know, maybe you just want to kill everybody. It's probably doable, but you don't have to. Unless you're just particularly violent, which it could be. I guess you'd be more of the boss than I am. Alright, so, cash. Damn, we're actually getting a lot now. Right, so, I want health upgrades. I clearly need them. But also regen would be good too. Not like I can get the second health upgrade now anyway. So yeah, here we are at Friendly Fire. I increased my health, and now we're using the remaining money to upgrade my shotgun. As well as the bat. This probably won't get as much use in our raid, but you know what? We're going for it. Right, so, it's time. Let's take care of the Belgian problem.
Pierce, we've waited long enough. Now we go for Loren.
It won't be easy. That whole tower's gotta be crawling with Morningstar.
Since when have we done things the easy way?
True. So what's the plan?
Kill everyone we see and find Loren?
Makes sense.
Meet me at the penthouse. I'll call Shandi. Shandi, it's time.
Just tell me where to be.
We're meeting at the penthouse.
I am gonna kill that son of a bitch.
Don't worry. He won't get away this time.
You bet your ass he won't.
That's a little big for you.
Give me the goddamn gun, Pierce.
Okay.
Alright, let's give that motherfucker what's coming to him. Shandi, you gonna be okay coming along?
Don't worry about me. I need this. Loren has to pay for what he did, and I want to be there when he gets what he deserves.
No worries, girl. We're not stopping with Loren. We're taking out his whole fucking syndicate.
I think we'll need to do a little more than kill one guy to do that.
You know that bomb we stole? Well, there you go.
How hard do you think finding Philippe will be?
He'll be on the top floor. I think it's in the criminal mastermind rulebook or something.
You think he's gonna be that cliche?
Doesn't matter. We're killing everyone in there.
The crew's holding back, right? I don't want the giant bomb near a firefight.
Oh, it's all taken care of. As soon as we make sure the loading dock is clear, they'll drive it in. How many times you gonna check that gun?
How long is it going to take us to get there?
I was just asking.
I'll put you both in a timeout.
So yeah, I don't completely dislike the boss's writing in this game, but I definitely feel like it kind of over-relies on that whole, like, reacting to things by just being like, oh, isn't that cliche? You know, that sort of thing. We didn't really have that in Saints Row 2, at least nothing that stuck out to me. But, you know, just the kind of, like, lazy half-quip, where it's like, you want to try and say something funny, but you don't actually know how to keep the conversation going, so you just say, like, one thing, again, like, oh, how cliche. But also, it's wrong, though. It's not a cliche. Like, yes, it's a thing that happens a lot in media, but, like, you don't have to point it out. It would be like pointing out somebody using the word the. Like, yeah, no shit you're gonna use the word the. It's kind of a necessity in most sentences. So, like, yeah, sure, he's in his big villain tower. Yeah, I get it. A lot of villains do that. But it's a big tower. It's guarded well. You are just saying things for the sake of saying things.
They ain't fucking around here.
So now it's not particularly funny, and also I'm just annoyed.
You think all packages are this hard to drop off here?
Ha ha! Can you just shoot them?
I mean, I'm making it a little difficult because, as always, I gotta make an entrance by running everybody over. Plus, you know, maybe I want a Saints-mobile to explode. I mean, this thing's been okay, but
I always win my arguments.
I kinda wanted to track down a Temptress and maybe store that in the garage and then make that the next Saints-mobile. This one kind of makes a weird noise when it's running, and I don't think any other car does that. Maybe some do. Now, why did that explode? But anyway, yeah, you know, maybe I could do a suicide run with the Saints-mobile Mark 6. Might be useful to me. Alright, anyway though, so... Oh boy, we've got another brute. So yeah, we start with a bit of a Saints Row 2, or I guess it's 1 or 2-esque mission. Just like with Powder, we storm the building and kill everybody inside. I mean, that's a Saints Row classic. You know, see the boss complaining that that's cliche. And you know why? Because it's fun and it works. Of course, Powder also didn't have a regular brute. it did have a machine gun brute, who theoretically is actually tougher. Like I said, the Gatling gun can absolutely shred your HP. A regular brute can definitely do a lot of damage at a time. As you might imagine, those guys are a bit of a powerhouse. So, you don't want to get hit by them.
Here's our delivery now.
But a lot of their stuff also procs QTEs, so you can dodge them. Minigun Brute doesn't need that, he just kills you with a minigun.
Bomb setting, the clock's ticking.
Why didn't we wait to do that until after we killed Loren?
That's a really good question. We should move.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at for a purely gameplay reason, it's so that we have a time limit for the mission, but, it's so we make sure Philip doesn't get away.
It wasn't me. It just stopped.
Did you really expect to want to slide up to my office when I controlled it?
I mean, I got up far enough, idiot. Shouldn't have let me come up this far, what? Doink. Why didn't you just stop the elevator before I even got on? Did you not notice people wheeling in the giant bomb after we gunned down your entire male staff? Ah, well. Anyway, so I will say I do like the Syndicate Tower as a set piece. This is definitely a very cool, distinct location, and look, I know it's a little silly that we just armed the bomb when we didn't technically need to. But you know, just having to go up the tower in a panic, definitely a cool mood overall. It's a very good atmosphere for going to kill Philip Loren. Now, in case you're worried about the time limit though, don't be. It's an incredibly generous time limit. You don't need to worry about it running out.
What the fuck is this room? Are those people in there?
Looks like all those big guys we keep seeing. Clones?
We probably should have seen that coming.
What?
Yeah, you're right. It's fucking crazy.
What should we call these guys?
Who cares? They're blowing up with the rest of this place.
How about bricks? They hit like they're made of this stuff.
Bricks! Really?
All right, what would you call them?
John!
You ain't getting how this works, are you?
I guess the boss is the one who's been naming the specialists, if she was just gonna name this guy John. We can name him John Brick. We'll do best of both worlds. Anyway though, oh god. Yeah, so I probably should have gotten up to this floor ahead of time so I didn't get lit on fire, but yeah, here's the brute I wasn't able to find, because, you know, I lost one of the takes, though. I don't think he got to actively use his flamethrower in that protection mission. But I definitely saw him in a welding mask, which is very distinct. You see that and you immediately go, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here. Or maybe I don't, because I'm kind of just standing around in the fire path. I do have to do a second take of, well, I have done it, but, you know, I'll have to do a second take of this after the fact for reasons, but, I definitely did better in that version, because I paid a little more attention to what this guy did. So anyway, like I was saying, are these guys just, like, genetically modified, or is there just, like, a giant man already in play? It'd be kind of hard-pressed to find, like, actual gigantic men. I mean, like, yeah, we've had Marrow, but other than that, there haven't been that many. Marrow and Victor, that's pretty much it.
What the hell is all this?
Philip likes his things custom made. And for his brutes, I am the master pattern, you see.
Why you still strung up if they already cloned your ass?
The copies are flawed. They have my brawn, but not my brain. I can help you.
The last time a big naked dude said he could help me, it did not end well.
What could he do anyway? Those wires and shit are probably keeping him alive.
Trust me, I'm still strong enough to kill Philippe.
You want some clothes, man?
No time.
Man, Like I said, last time a big naked dude.
This elevator will take us to the offices.
Alright, let's take the elevator. Alright, we've taken the elevator.
Follow me to Philip's office.
Seriously, man, you know, if you want, I can find you like a curtain or something for you, you know?
The human body is nothing to be ashamed of, unless you have insecurities.
I'm good.
Got a name, honey?
My name is Oli Kirlov.
So, what did you do before you were a glorified pincushion?
I think it's best for our friendship I never elaborate. Just know that the enemy of your enemy is your friend. As long as you oppose the Syndicate, you have nothing to fear from me.
Then we'll be all good. Glad to have you in the Saints. It always feels good to kick ass.
Right, so, Oleg Kintov is voiced by Mark Allen Stewart. Figured I'd throw that in. And now we have this large naked man rushing up to Philip's office, so I think we've got this in the bag.
Loren's office is this way.
Damn it!
That's an express elevator to the basement. There's no way to catch it.
Fuck that. Get this thing loose!
Leave it to me.
I've got this one.
Time's wasting. This is our only shot!
Right, so yeah, here's the cool set piece of this mission. You thought there wasn't gonna be one? No. So it's kind of similar to the bank heist in that we need to kill a bunch of guys while hanging from something.
I love action. Come on, Richie! Let's dance!
Also, fun fact, I hope your frame rate's good here. Back when I was playing on my school laptop, it wasn't, and because of that, this segment was impossible until I went to windowed mode. Or was it windowed mode full screen? Either way, shoot the brute until he falls off, or he will kill you.
I really could have used an 80s action hero joke.
Time to blow this place to hell.
I hate this place more than anyone, but it would be folly to destroy Philip's research without seeing what we can harvest from it.
We came here to send a message, didn't we?
Why not keep the building for yourself?
Your choice here, boss.
I mean, that is also quite the message, isn't it? You know what? It sucks that we're gonna have to waste this bomb, but we've got this choice at the end here. We're gonna disarm the bomb.
We're gonna have to do something about the pink.
You'd prefer a more manly shade, like purple?
And so, the Belgian problem is gone. What, did you think I was just playing coy and that Philip was gonna get away at the end of this? No, we killed him. So, that's it for Act 1 of Saints Row the Third. Next time, I think it's time for Johnny's funeral. See you then.
Cause we were born